Before I get started, I want to give a shout out to all of the paying members of my Patreon channel. Your support is necessary, and without you, none of this is possible. I'd also like to thank Kyle Bonner, Marcus Bowden, and Indigo Flow for their support of the channel. And I'd like to give a special shout out to PW85 for the $20 donation.
My man.
Microphone Jacket for the $21 donation.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Q, Does That Make Sense for the $25 donation.
Very shagadelic, baby. Yeah!
And J, Freeman Blackman for the $40 donations. And if you'd like to support the channel directly, Cash App and PayPal are available. Just be sure to let me know in the For section if it's okay for me to thank you publicly, or else I'll assume you want to remain anonymous.
And here we go.
Laymans Journal, Chapter 274. I'm sure by now you've heard the controversy surrounding former HHS Secretary Kristi Noem. And the reason why I say former is because she was fired this past weekend. Now, it goes without saying that Noem was a very controversial figure, a polarizing figure. So when word got out of her termination, as predicted, the Democrats came out to celebrate, pretending as if they had input or influence in the process that led to her termination.
Yes, so I just heard the breaking news that about Kristi Noem. I called in hearing this week that she should either step down, she should be fired, or she should be impeached by Congress. So she is gone. She should be held to account.
Kristi Noem has been fired, consistent with what we have demanded on behalf of the American people.
Shut up, bitch. Shut the up.
But I have a different theory as to why Noem was let go. Two, in fact, and neither of which have anything to do with the comments made by these two morons. And we're going to talk about it. So, let's get it. So yeah, as I stated in the introduction, the thing that annoys me the most about this story is Hakeem Jeffries and Cory Booker, who I affectionately call Timu Obama and Fat Obama. Like, who the f cares what you all have to say? Who the f even asked about what you all had to say? Because when you think about the most irrelevant, the least influential politicians in Washington, their names come at the top of the list. Trump wasn't considering their opinions when he was there making that decision. They weren't there in the room, and no one was even thinking about them. It baffles me how they can take a victory lap over something they had nothing to do with. But getting back to the video, the real reason she was fired has more to do with Senator Kennedy. I think he's from Louisiana. But according to him, he had heard that Kristi Noem spent $220 million for an ad campaign where she would be featured. And he said he was offended by it. As a matter of fact, let's play the clip.
And you're saying that you're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do
OMB.
this?
Yes.
He did?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Gotcha, bitch.
So there are two things I want to highlight here. Number one, he asked the Trump administration for permission. And number two, they gave him the green light. So that tells me he knows in advance what the true answer is, and that he was asking her just to see if she would lie. And of course, according to reports, she did. That Trump did not approve of her spending that money, which is why they gave the green light for Senator Kennedy to grill her. But there was something else that came out of those hearings that's worth talking about. Here's a clip from Megyn Kelly.
A clip that made headlines everywhere was not a Republican. It was a Democrat who, I have to say, this was so uncomfortable, who asked her about the rumors that listen, it's been printed up in the Daily Mail. We've discussed it on this show. It is an open secret in Washington that she's, despite the fact, married. She denies it, for the record, but it is an open secret that she is having a long-term affair with Corey Lewandowski. To bring it up at the DHS oversight, and the way the woman did it was to say, you're sleeping with a subordinate, and we have a right to ask, which was almost too clever, but I felt so uncomfortable. I want to get your take on it. Here was the moment. SOT 24.
So, Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski?
Mr. Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
and
my
ma'am,
time.
one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So you should be able to answer the question.
What we do at the Department of Homeland Security every single
and without
day,
any hesitation,
every single day is to protect
if
this
someone
country
is
and to
asking
make
if
decisions.
you or any federal official is sleeping with their subordinate, that should be the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question.
As garbage,
because it is not about
it is
your sex
offensive
life.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your
So
judgment.
that kind of garbage
It is
has
about
been refuted
reclaiming
for
my
years,
time so
and
that
you
I
need
can
to
hear myself.
recognize-
I'm sure she would have done this had Kristi Noem been a Democrat too. For sure. She would have been super worried about office protocol and not having the female boss sleep with any subordinates. By the way, Corey Lewandowski, to refer to him as a subordinate is like such a joke. He's probably the reason she got the role, right? Like he is an operative. He is a player within the Trump administration. He's extremely well connected. And it's absurd to refer to him as like this powerless, the male equivalent of an ingenue, this doe-eyed little deer who's been taken advantage of by Kristi.
Yeah, and that to me is extremely shocking. Not only because she was engaging in an affair with Corey Lewandowski, but the fact that they're both married. Noem, I believe, has been married for 36 years, and Lewandowski has been married for 20, I believe. And that it was an open secret. Everybody in D.C. knew about it. Everybody in that congressional hearing knew about it. Yet she still chose to lie. And the reason being might be this here. You see that man standing over her right shoulder? That's her husband, Byron Noem. And it led me to an article written in the New York Post that reads, "The real reason why Kristi Noem's cuckold husband stayed married to her through Corey Lewandowski humiliation."
Damn!
Yeah, that article is the definition of disrespectful. But as I was browsing through it, there were a couple of segments I want to highlight. Byron Noem's family members are hoping he finally leaves his wife, embattled Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, after the ultimate humiliation from her alleged affair with a top advisor, but feel he'll continue to stay in his marriage due to his Christian faith and his commitment to his vows.
What kind of shit is that?
Good grief. Members of the extended family of Byron Noem told the Post on Friday that the South Dakota businessman has long felt it was his religious duty to stand behind his wife, even as the very public scandal rocks their marriage. He said he decided about 20 years ago that it was his calling from God to support her in whatever she decided to do, one family member said. So he has to put up with the humiliation. We will see if he sticks with her now.
You cannot make this shit up.
I think it's him honoring the calling from God, the family member added. But it seems like there would be some limit to that. The Noem's more than 3-decade-old long marriage began in 1992, after having gone to high school together. They began dating when Kristi was a junior in high school at Hamlin High School in Hyatt, South Dakota. However you say that, Hyatt or Hyatt, South Dakota. And Byron was a freshman at Northern State University. The couple went on to have 3 children, raising them in an ultra-strict church community, according to relatives. They initially worked the family farm before Byron moved into the insurance business in 2003, and Kristi entered politics in 2006, winning a seat in South Dakota House of Representatives, before securing governorship in 2018. But family members say alleged tensions between the Homeland Security chief and her husband's relative have simmered for years, and many have long heard about the alleged romantic entanglements with Lewandowski, which spilled out into the open this week. She despises the Noem family, the relative said of the axed cabinet member. The relative said Byron Noem appeared determined to show solidarity with his wife, even as she faced a bruising public grilling from lawmakers, and hoped it opened his eyes. And there she is with Lewandowski. Oh, good grief. And more photos with Lewandowski. I actually liked that he sat behind her while she was grilled on the ICE atrocities. The person said, I think he's ignored the reality that maybe he has to face now. Exactly. You know, it's one thing to deal with a cheating spouse, which is what he's dealt with. It's another thing when you have that cheating spouse out in the open, or when they have you out in the open. Because, you know, open secrets are open secrets. Open secrets are often like rumors or tabloid trash. But when everybody knows and it's being reported by the news, it's no doubt that you're a moron. It's no doubt that you're being played for a fool. And so now, because he's going through this public embarrassment, he might have a change of mind. But getting back to the article, in a Wednesday House hearing, Representative Sidney, Kamalager Dove, grilled Noem over rumors of her affair with Lewandowski, her top advisor and special government employee. Now let me stop right there, and I'm going to kind of piggyback on what Megyn Kelly said. Lewandowski is really clicked in with the Trump administration. Okay, he's not some little employee or subordinate. He outranks her, okay? As Megyn Kelly was talking about, he was probably the one who recommended her. If anything, he's her boss. But getting back to the article, Byron Noem had left the briefing shortly before the tense questioning came up, during which Kristi Noem refused to deny her rumored relationship with Lewandowski, a leading figure in President Trump's 2016 campaign. So he wasn't there when it happened. He was in the room, but he left. But I'm sure he's seen the reports trending everywhere. A second family member told the Post that the controversy unfolding publicly was shocking and that the relative hopes it will wake Byron up to the reality of his marriage. 36 years, I don't think this is her first rodeo. She's probably been cheating on him. Or who knows, they may have some type of an arrangement. We'll talk about that later. But I don't think he's going to leave her anytime soon. What gets me is that she couldn't say no, the relative said. When she's getting grilled about it, she couldn't say no, and that's true. If someone accuses you of a wild affair, you would vehemently and quickly say no, that's not true. You don't sit there and talk about how it's salacious and tabloid trash. No, you just answer the question. You come out and say no, then you proceed to grill them on why they asked you, but you say no immediately. She's not the same girl we used to be close friends, added the family member. The relative said they also believe Byron Noem's Christian faith and devotion to his children would keep the marriage intact even amid fallout. Let me say something right here. This ain't Christianity. This is cuckery, okay? The Bible gives you a carve-out to leave a cheating spouse. Now, I can kind of understand staying because of the children, but from what I understand, their children are grown. But again, this ain't got nothing to do with God. This ain't got nothing to do with Bible. Christianity does not compel you to stay with a woman who openly embarrasses you by cheating, especially if you're a man. That's some complete BS. So don't, it might be the church's influence, but then again, I've said it before, I don't believe that the church has anything to do with God. I'll take it like this. I believe the church, the brick and mortar building, and God are two separate different things. Sometimes they can be in lockstep, but oftentimes the church has philosophies and ideologies that have nothing to do with the faith. But getting back to the article, Byron is a Christian man and he believes that marriage is forever, the relative said. He's very close to his children. I'm sure this is hard on him. Yeah, marriage is forever if your spouse upholds the vows. But she broke the marriage by stepping out. She's brought another man into the mix. Byron Noem did not immediately respond to requests for comment. Well, I'm guessing he didn't. Kristi Noem is expected to leave her post at DHS at the end of the month, with sources telling the Post her answers about the relationship with Lewandowski were Trump's final straw. So again, that's why she was fired. It has nothing to do with Fat Obama or Timu Obama. It has everything to do with the money that she spent and the controversy surrounding her affair. But still, I'm fascinated by the decision of her husband to stay with her. I mean, you've heard stories about women staying with their husbands, but oftentimes those husbands are powerful men. But in this post-feminist society where you see empowered women and strong women, you oftentimes see men in the submissive role. And so even though Kristi Noem is a conservative Republican, the idea of her being a married woman and carrying on openly with a side dude, that's very masculine behavior. And so it leads me to believe, because a lot of women who exude masculine behavior, they often look for soft men that they can lead and push around. And maybe that's what that dynamic is in their relationship. Maybe she is the de facto husband and head of the relationship, which is why she can carry on with this affair openly and publicly. Like Megyn Kelly said, it was an open secret. Now it's congressional record. And he's just sitting there like a mope, just taking it. And again, I cannot stress enough, this has nothing to do with Christianity. This guy is just a cuck. This guy is just a simp. My Bible doesn't teach men to carry themselves in that manner. But I'm going to let those be my final thoughts. But please be sure to check out the rest of the videos in my library, as I'm sure there's something there you'll enjoy. And please share the link on your social media platforms, as I cannot stress enough how far that goes into helping me grow the channel. And please, 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 please hype the video, which also helps me grow the channel. And if you have a suggestion for any topic you'd like to cover, please feel free to let me know in the comments section. And that's it. That's all I have to say about it. What do you have to say about it? Leave a comment in the comments section and let's have a conversation.
How am I spending my Friday? Some jerk chicken with rice seasoned, red beans and some bread. Got some red wine over here. And I'm watching Laymans Journal on YouTube. Shout out to the brother Layman. Check him out. I'll leave the link in the description. It's your boy Calvin King. And this is how I'm enjoying my Friday.